Good morning, everyone. This is Coach Kian, and sitting to my left is one of my team members, and this is
Nabiola Toppin.
All right. So, welcome to another session as we share with you different nuggets of knowledge, tips, and tools that you can use as individuals and also to our businesses out there. If you hear a nugget that you'd like to learn more about, you can always feel free to contact us. Our numbers and links will be listed below the video. Now, for today's session, I want to zone in specifically when it comes to supervising. And in some organizations, and generally, the culture is accepted that some persons move up the ranks and they ascend to a supervisory position. Now, while that is fantastic in that they would have gained over the period of time they'd have been working experience and knowledge in the particular field or within the department, one of the biggest things that I find is you have to determine, is the person really a supervisor, or do they have supervisory qualities that would be necessary for them to run a team? The whole idea is that when you are an individual team member or worker, your entire idea is, how do I work so that I can be good at what I do? How can I work so that I can be noticed by my superiors, by management? So what happens, we adopt a very individualistic approach to working, which means we want to be the superheroes of our team or department. Now, the whole idea when you become a supervisor, that's a whole different field altogether. You now have to start working and leading other people.
Correct.
So I'm going to ask Nabi to share with us, what do you think are some of the qualities of a supervisor?
I think a supervisor, as you said, from individual, supervisor is a whole different dimension you're in. So you no longer focus on yourself and what you need to do, but that of the entire team, that of the team that you're leading. So it is important to have the team's best interest at heart, to have the objectives, to know the objectives, and to also ensure that the team is equipped with all that they need to achieve those objectives. It is also necessary not just to equip your team with all that they need and ensure that they're doing that, but ensure that you are doing what you need to do so they can look at you and have an example. So supervising others is not just, okay, you passing orders. They say a leader that is one that knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way. So you have to teach, you have to assist, and you also have to lead. So it's not just giving orders or passing out orders or telling people what to do, but it's also showing them how it's done.
Fantastic. And those are some very good points.
Yeah.
Just let me see if I understand this very correctly. So first of all, as a supervisor, you need to be an effective team player.
Correct.
So, which means that if you don't understand and learn how to be a supervisor, you can find yourself sometimes unconsciously or in some cases intentionally sabotaging your team members so that you can pull open your shirt, expose your Superman sign, and come in to save the day because you don't understand that your success is no longer an individual success. Your success is measured by the success of your team.
Right.
Secondly, you mentioned that you need to lead by example, and that cannot be overemphasized.
True.
As a team leader, you need to let the team see that you know the way, which means you have to have the knowledge. That is key and important.
True.
Then you need to assist them when they're doing their tasks. And the only way you can actually assist is if you know what you need to get done.
Yeah, right.
And finally, that you lead the way, which means you create more leaders rather than people just following you based on instructions.
Yep.
And that in itself, giving instructions is another art that people fail to realize. They mix up giving instructions versus delegating.
True.
And they believe when you tell somebody, well, please go do this, that's delegating. In fact, that is far from the reality. And delegation in itself is an entire process.
Yeah.
That you as a leader will need to make sure that you take your team through to ensure that they can be as successful. Other than that, you're setting them up for failure.
Sure.
right? So very importantly, we want to make sure that we understand we're a team player. We want to lead by example so that as a supervisor, people can actually look up to us and we create more leaders.
Yes.
Right? So what do you think, Nebi, would make you a good supervisor?
Well, I already believe that we already have a team environment here. We are a team and we support each other so that nobody can fall short. All right? But for myself personally, I believe for me integrity is important. Being honest with myself and being consistent, being able to practice what I preach, and also ensure that everyone is okay on my team. Because it is not right for the supervisor to be okay and then the team is not okay, because of course the overall objective will not be achieved. It's also ensuring that you're not just okay functionally, you're okay in every aspect so that you can put forward your best to achieving what is the goal. So for me, it's looking at my team members and ensuring that they're all right and they have all that they need. And of course, like I said, leading them in a right way.
Fantastic. I actually love that point in terms of ensuring that you're okay and that your team is okay, which means as a supervisor, you need to create the environment that allows your team to express when they're having difficulties. It may be work-related or otherwise.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, whatever is happening in and around their lives actually affect their work performance.
Correct.
And they look up to you for leadership, not only in terms of what needs to get done in the office or in your organization, but rather for leadership sometimes in personal aspects. Do you think a supervisor should get involved in understanding or listening to a team member's personal challenges?
Yes, I believe they should, because most employees have the perception that people don't need that bosses or supervisors only care about what they can bring to the job, meaning their skills, their abilities, so they don't care about what goes on beyond here. And I think that's something that all supervisors should try to, that perception to dismiss it, is to ensure that they're okay. Because I mean, you can go to a point and then there's certain points you can't go beyond. But finding out if everything is all right, how you're doing, is everything okay? You know, these questions, and I think once an employee feels included, feels involved, feel like you care about them, you will get the best from the best of them. All right?
Fantastic.
You will get the best of them.
All right. So these are just some of the skills that you can learn and develop at our upcoming Supervising Others workshop.
Yes.
It's going to be a one-day workshop that is going to be held on September 7th. It's going to be from 9 a.m. up until 4 p.m.
Yeah.
It will be conducted by our lead facilitator and trainer, Ms. Sonia Forrester. And I will say to you, once you're interested, please call into us, click on the link to get registered.
Yes.
I guarantee you that you will leave with new tips and techniques,
Correct.
tools and systems that you can use to improve yourself as an individual, first of all, improve the way in which you're supervising your team, and you can have overall positive effect on how you manage your team. So Nebi, thank you for being here with me today, this morning actually, as we share nuggets of information and knowledge to our audience. I'm looking forward for persons to start getting registered,
Yes.
so that they can really feel the impact of how do you move from being an individual to really becoming that leader that your team requires you to be, so that your company and your organizations can get the results that you're looking for. And of course, it feeds back to you as an individual, because that goes as part of your success.
Also, I want to, before we go to you, and I wanted to mention, I know that there's a lot of, that leaders get confused with the different personality and different characters that they have to deal with. This workshop will also help you to understand your team and understand how to deal with each of them, so that you will be able to get the best result and be able to meet them individually and to get the best out of them, as I said before. So you can develop trust, you can develop commitment from your team. So it's not just about telling you how to lead them, but how to understand them as well in order to lead them.
Fantastic. And for those growth-oriented business owners out there, we usually will have our six-step workshop. That is going to be on the 17th of August.
This Friday
coming.
Yeah.
It's usually the third Friday in every month where we have a workshop with business owners from 4 in the afternoon to about 7:30. And in that session as well, you get to network with other business owners, and you also receive tips and tools about how do you improve and grow yourself as a business owner. So 2 events. We have August 17th. This is geared to business owners, ideally persons with 5 employees and above, wants to really grow and move their business forward. And then we have our Supervising Others workshop that is going to be on September 7th.
Correct.
From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you really want to grab hold of this, go talk to your management, go talk to your CEO, go talk to your PS. Just tell them you want to improve yourself, and this is going to be the workshop for you.
Correct.
So looking forward to hearing from you. Don't forget, information will be at the bottom of the video where you can click on the link or can call us on 223-5583. And one of our team members will be more than willing to provide you with necessary information and guidance. You have a fantastic rest of the week. Let's make this a marvelous and magnificent Monday that leads you to a marvelous and magnificent rest of the week. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.